Hello and welcome back to another episode of playing MotoGP 21 online, and today I am going to do, as I always do, just show off the best bits of some 3-lap races. So then the first race is here at Termas de Rio Hondo. This track really doesn't get picked much online, to be honest. We're waiting for the lights to go out here then at Argentina. Lights on, away we go. I might have jump started there, I'm not 100% sure. I haven't been given a long lap right away, but I do know that sometimes you get given a long lap later on round the lap if you get a jump start. But we've had a great start though. We're up into 4th place, right behind another Suzuki. Oh, bit of contact there, but we have just managed to stay on tattoo line. It was, we had contact with enough brake, way too late for turn 2. Somehow I've still got it stopped on the circuit. We've only lost one position, and that was the position we gained on the brakes anyway. Actually, this Ducati's braking very early. He's put me on an awkward line. I've gone onto the green, just trying to avoid him, but we've got a huge gap behind to the guy in 5th place, so no worries at all. Getting a bit of slipstream off this Ducati that we've almost come together with twice so far. Round the outside on the brakes, up into 3rd position. You can see the guy in 2nd is having a bit of trouble taking the lead, although I think he's done it now. Oh, there's a bit of touching there. I thought it was going to be a crash, but the guy on the Tech 3 just managed to stay on as we go through turn 6, trying to carry as much speed as possible. Got to watch out for turn 7. Well, he's got it very, very sideways. And he actually got stopped a lot better than I thought he would, but I've gained quite a bit of time on both of them actually. So we've got to see if we can try and line up a move. Oh, the guy on the Tech 3 is really going for it. I didn't go down enough gears there. He's on the green. We've got the run. Will he be able to keep in front of me? Potentially, yes he does. We go through turn 11. The guy that was about 1.5 seconds behind is now only 4/10 behind though, so he's gained a massive amount of time. We are being definitely held up by these guys. We go to the penultimate turn. I'm trying to take the tight line. The KTM's up the inside of the Suzuki. The Suzuki's back the inside of the KTM. Through the last corner, then I'm going to try and get the speed on both of them past the KTM. We've got the run compared to the Suzuki as well. Can we have a go into turn 1 on the brakes? Yes, we can. Up into the lead, although I've gone in very, very hot, actually. I completely misjudged that. I think I've still got the lead, though. Yes, I have. Not sure how I pulled that one off, but even with going a little bit too hot, we managed to keep the position. I think they just braked super early. I braked super late. And so we sort of met in the middle, and I was slightly faster through the corner, I guess, because I got back on the gas a little bit earlier. We've put almost half a second into them already, so this is where I've got to try and pull a bit of a gap, because you can see the other Ducati is coming as well. Now, he was in front of the Suzuki for a brief period there, but they've got back in front of him. So as we start the last lap, then I've just done the fastest lap, 1:35.8, but that's not too great, so I'd expect someone further behind to probably beat that. And you can see I have indeed got a long lap penalty now, so this could be quite interesting. I think I'm going to play it safe and not serve it, so I'm just going to try and get a second out of this rider behind so that I win the race by over 3 seconds so that the penalty is negated. I've got 2 seconds almost now, 1.7, so well now it is 2. So I just need to push a little bit more on this lap, try and get the gap up to 3 seconds to secure the victory. So through the last corner, it's going to be close, I think. It was 2.9 just then, so if he loses any more time, we'll beat him. But I think he might have just been in the window to actually beat me, which is unfortunate because I did put it over 3 seconds, but had a pretty poor 4th sector and lost quite a bit of time to him. Oh, so we just managed to win. You can see a 1/10 of a second in front of the rider in 2nd position with that long lap penalty. So we just managed to bring home the victory in the first race, but what a way to start off this session. So here we are then at Assen this time, another track that hopefully should be a bit of a rider's circuit and give us a good advantage. We're waiting for the lights to go out here then at Assen. Lights on, away we go. This time I don't think I jumped the start. In fact, you can tell because I've had an absolutely terrible one. We've been passed by Dani Pedrosa and Marquez and this, oh, big crash! Big crash. That Ducati got completely taken out. I got pushed onto the grass. Somehow I made it through, but I'm basically in last position. The only people behind me have already crashed. You can see there's that Rafts go again. Going quite slow on the apex. I've got to run it around the outside. In fact, to be honest, he's got back on the gas, which I didn't quite expect, so we've not quite been able to get past him. Again, I'm stuck on his outside, but we should get in through Strubben. There we go. Up into 5th position now. Robin 46 in front of us. Tattoo Line still leading the way, and then it's one Luke Skywalker in 2nd, who I've heard of both of those riders before, so they must not be too bad. Robin 46 takes a bit of a corner cut there. We're around the outside of Robin 46. The leader's down, so Tattoo Line's gone down. And that's a battle between one Luke Skywalker and Slayer for the victory. But we're up into 3rd place. This is where I've got to try and hunt them down. Because even though, of course, we got hit off early on, on the run down towards the first corner. We've not lost too much time. We closed quite a bit up to that KTM. I kind of thought I was going to go to the side of him for a second, but fortunately we didn't do that. We got about 7 tenths behind us, so not got to worry too much. But I do want to try and pass this KTM as soon as possible, and I think I'm going to get my wish. Yes, I am, up into second place. So now we've got to go hunt down the Aprilia in the lead. He made a bit of a mistake there, touching that curb, so that would have cost him a little bit of time, but probably not a massive amount. As we brake for the final chicane, you can see we are making quite a bit of inroads on him. That was a dive bomb and a half, and to be fair, that wasn't too bad. Of course, he did go on the green and mess it up, but it was a decent attempt. It wasn't anything too ridiculous, so that was nice to see. Not absolutely getting rammed by someone online for once. It was actually a legitimate attempt at a move, which is a bit of a dive bomb into that corner if you want to make any kind of pass. So, yeah, fair play for going for it, and fair play for it being clean. Oh, I've messed this one up big time, and we've got it skating on the curb, and oh, that was so close to hitting him. We both made pretty huge errors there, and that has brought Slayer right back into it, because we gapped him by about a second. Now he's only a few tenths behind me, because myself and the Aprilia both made a pretty crucial mistake. He's turned in way too early, he's clipped the grass through the bolt. I'm on the power. He's going to have the inside though for the next corner. We've had a little bit of touching there. We've both stayed on the bike. I've been touched by the KTM behind. It is now a three-way battle for the lead once again. But I want to try and pass this Aprilia as soon as possible, because he's making all sorts of mistakes that are tripping me up. I've got on the green there a little bit. Not quite sure how I didn't pick up a track limits warning, but we got away with it. He's gone into the grass, he's binned it, so we're up into the lead of the race now. So we've just got to try and hold on ahead of this KTM for one more lap. I was kind of expecting him to go for that move into the chicane again, which is why I went a little bit defensive on entry. But you can see I've got enough of a gap over him now. Well, 3 tenths is not a lot actually, but my fastest lap was still slightly faster than his apparently. So yeah, I think we should be pretty good, because that was a pretty poor lap in the 33s there. That's not good. So here we go then, down towards the final chicane. I think the rider behind actually ended up crashing, so I think that's why he's 7 seconds behind. As we go through the final chicane, this should be the fast lap of the race, hopefully, as long as I don't completely mess it up towards the line. 32, much better, and that makes it 2 wins from 2. So then, winning by 9 seconds in the end, ahead of the guy in second place. I hope some faster people join the lobby, because I think this could be a whitewash otherwise, because that was 2 quite poor races and I still won. So then, here we are at Qatar for this one, and I'm actually playing as Bagnaia, so Ducati, second place, and Qatar. This really should help us out, but waiting for the lights to go out here. Lights on, away we go. I think I could well have jumped the start again there, although I did get a terrible one, so potentially not. But hopefully we can try and hit the front early on in this one, into the first corner. In fact, no! That wasn't going to work, was it? Up the inside. I don't know how the Suzuki didn't crash, actually, because we touched with the Suzuki, so the Suzuki must have just got away with it. But it's myself and one Luke Skywalker put to the back. And I think that might have been my fault, actually. I was a little bit optimistic on the brakes. I just saw everybody else brake, and they've been braking so early compared to where I've been braking a lot of the time. I thought I could just sort of pass them all on the brakes, but unfortunately, it wasn't quite to be, so I've given myself a bit of a challenge in this one, although no one new has joined, so I know I am quicker than everybody else. So there's a couple down already, so we're already up to 5th place. In fact, the front 3 are all down as well. The bike's just stopped upside down in the middle of the track. We're now up into 4th position. You can see the leader is a little bit away, but that is the Slayer guy, so if we can try and pick off a few positions. Oh! Full gas MM93's gone down. I'm lucky I didn't get collected with him, because I followed him into the corner, went in way too hot, and, well, just overshot. And this lap has been absolutely terrible, because I've now cut the corner as well. I'm losing time to the Aprilia in front. So I said all this stuff about being on the Ducati, being at Qatar, starting at the front should be an easy win, but so far I've really been squandering that opportunity. Oh, the Aprilia's gone wide. Oh, we've touched. Oh. So I went in a little bit hot as well, but he went super wide, then didn't look when he cut back, and we had a little bit of contact. But I want to try and dispatch of him, because he's going to get in my way, and I want to be able to try and hunt down the guy in the lead, although we are both catching him. They're both just taking the mick with the track limits. The KTM's gone in very, very hot. So hot, he's just completely lost his lead, actually, because of that. It wasn't even exceeded track limits advantage. He lost all the time, and I thought the Aprilia was going for it into turn 6 then, and that is a difficult corner to make a pass on. So easy to lose the front on the way in. It's easy to sort of have contact mid-corner as well if the other riders braked a little bit later than you were expecting them to. But he's gone in wide, Slayer has, so he's lost the lead. He's probably going to relinquish second to me shortly. Kind of cuts back to the racing line. It's completely fair to do so. And he's got the run on the Aprilia. I've gone on the grass sort of looking at them, and they've both just pushed each other wide. And that is a free position into the lead. Plus about a second. They've collided now. Down goes the Aprilia. So now we've got a second back to the KTM. And from what I was saying this point on the last lap, where I've squandered the opportunity, we've now got a 1.5 second lead. With just over a lap to go to someone that's much slower. So I think we should have this one in the bag, provided they don't make any silly mistakes. In fact, we're now up to 2.3. I'm not sure how he's lost so much time through those sections. I saw how he lost a second because he got completely clouted out the way, but since, I'm not sure how he's then almost lost another 2. He just clearly doesn't have the pace. I'm going to probably look for another lobby after this race because the riders in here just aren't good enough. But this was the only suitable lobby, that's why I joined it. But I'll have a look, see if it's changed now. So fast lap of the race, 52.3. Not too bad, I suppose, but I'm sure I can beat that. I'm sure I can get into the 51s if I give it if I push a little bit on this last lap. So coming into the last corner now, then you see I've got over 6 seconds of the guy behind now. As far as I know, he hasn't crashed. I just genuinely have put that much time into him. He seems to be really, really struggling. I'm not sure how he's even still in second, to be honest. There's been a crash for the guy in fourth, but up towards the line then. Didn't quite get to the 151s actually on that final lap. It was still a 52, so yeah, my second lap must have been a bit better than I thought it was. So in the end then, nearly winning by 7 seconds, although I didn't actually get the fastest lap. See, full gas MM93 actually beat me to that, so that's a little bit embarrassing. But I'm going to look for a different lobby. Hopefully I can find some better players. So then we're here at Mugello this time. It was bound to come up eventually, but unfortunately I couldn't find a better lobby, so it is still the same one. But waiting for the lights to go out here then at Mugello. Lights out, away we go. I think I could well have jump started again there, so it's a little bit difficult online because there's a little bit of kind of lag involved when you sort of let the clutch out. So that could be why I keep jumping at the start. But there's been some diving into the first corner. This is the usual Mugello antics, but somehow I've managed to avoid it. Stayed in second position actually, and that guy's gone super wide. So this is going to be me up into the lead of the race. Oh, he tried to go back at the inside. I didn't realise he was still trying to hold it in there, to be honest, so I would have left him a little bit more space if I thought he was actually going to come back up the inside, but I thought he'd ran off the track completely, so I wasn't expecting him to be there. But we've got 0.8 of a second already. Actually, it's down to half a second, although it's back up to 0.7, so it's kind of bouncing up and down a little bit, but I got a few tenths of a second lead. Now it's over a second, so I think the guys behind are battling quite a bit, which is making the gap fluctuate. However, it is Mugello, of course, and I think this rider that's in second place and the rider in third place, I don't think they've been in any of the other races, so they could be a little bit better. It's a track I'm quite poor at, so hopefully they'll be able to give me a bit of a challenge. So starting the final lap of the race, 46.4. I really want to see if I can try and get into the 45s, because that is a very good lap for me around Mugello. But 46 is still good, of course, but I just want to see if I can get down to the 45 since I've got a couple of seconds in hand. Oh no, into the gravel. I've made a big mistake. I'm just going to lose the race there, I'm sure of it. Yes, one Luke Skywalker goes through, and I've lost the lead. So he goes through the Biondetti chicane. He's messed up a bit. He's got a bit of a bump on the curb, but I was pushing on, trying to stay ahead of him because he'd actually caught me up a lot because I was making too many mistakes trying to do that 45, and I think I've just squandered a win here, which is a massive shame. Yeah, look how much better he was on the throttle actually out of that last corner. So I've just taken my first defeat of the episode, and it was down to my own mistake, but it was always going to happen at Mugello if it's going to happen anywhere. So second place, still not too bad, but yeah, someone that really I should have been lapping a lot faster than managed to beat me just because it's a track I'm really poor at. To be fair, he had the pace. I mean, he did a 45.6 on the last lap. That's a good lap, at least for the kind of times I do. You can definitely see the pace was a lot closer for the other riders at this circuit. So here we are then at Jerez. You can see Danny Pedrosa on the KTM on pole position. We're playing as Alex Marquez a little bit further down the grid actually, so this one could be quite interesting. But lights on, away we go. I've absolutely done a terrible start. I was so late with letting the clutch out. We've dropped down to last place. I'm going to brake nice and early. Well, that was a good decision. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Okay, well, the chaos was bound to start at some point. It's just a shame it's not started until the penultimate race of the episode. First time I've actually been taken out. I think it's the first time I've actually crashed all episodes. So that is a rare sight. That does not happen in online episodes all too often. Okay, so we've got this Petronas Yamaha in front of us. I'm going to try and go around his outside. Not quite been able to do so, but up the inside now because he ran in hot. We've got full gas MM93 in front, who I'm wary of because I know he's laggy. I've seen him take out other riders. I think his pace actually is not too bad, looking at a couple of the lap times so far, but I think it just seems like he's so laggy, he just ends up crashing because he just ends up hitting somebody else. But he's going for it, up the inside, into the Dani Pedrosa corner. He went in way too hot, and he's had contact with someone that just respawned on the outside. And he just teleports back, and he's upside down. He's doing cartwheels. I think he's crashed, though. So I think that should take him out of contention. Hopefully he won't take me out. So that's definitely a positive. We're now right on the back of this KTM. Kevin Sandville, once again. I think we were behind him in Assen as well. I looked at the inside there, but to be fair, he braked later than I expected. So I just had to back out of that one. We've got the move up the inside here. Surely on the curb. He's going to try and hang it around the outside of the green. We're up into 5th place now. The guy in 4th place is going through the gravel. Seems like, I guess he wasn't in 4th place when he did that, otherwise he somehow managed to not lose a position. It's Will 46th. I've raced against him online before as well. I don't think he's too bad. Dani Pedrosa, you can see, is in 3rd place. He actually is playing as Dani Pedrosa then, like his actual gamer tag is Dani Pedrosa as well, so that's quite interesting. I wonder what I was about to say, wonder what the gap to leader is, but you can actually see it in this game, can't you? So it's 5.8 currently. That's not going to come down in 2 laps. So unfortunately, I think we are out of contention for the win. So it started off really, really well. The last couple of races have not quite gone to plan, unfortunately. But we do need to try and get past this Ducati as soon as possible. And then maybe we can have a look at trying to catch up to Dani Pedrosa, but he's quite far in front, you can see, and this Ducati, to be honest, is not lapping too slowly, so I think it's going to be a challenge even to get past him. So he's braked a little early for that left-hander, that's why we've gained on him a fair amount, so it might be just some of these faster corners where we've got to have a look at it. We're looking around the outside, I'm trying to look everywhere I can. Obviously, I know we'll be a little bit wary into the right towards the end of the lap, because of course, it's where he ran wide on the previous lap, unless he, of course, he got hit. But he's lost the front on his own accord anyway. So he's gone down. We've got 3 seconds to the rider in front. I don't think I'm going to reel that in. However, there is a rider not too far in front of him. So if they start battling, it could be doable. I've gone on the green, so apologies for that, guys, because I definitely gained time from that. So I do feel a little bit bad. And now the gap is 2.6, so that's got to 2.8 now. Fastest up then for one Luke Skywalker, 37.5. I come up to like 36.7. Again, I think I said this last time we played Jerez online, but I'm sure Dill will laugh at that. The guy in 2nd place has crashed, so we're now up into 3rd place, 2.4 seconds to Dani Pedrosa. So I'm going to try and give it everything I've got, see if I can try and catch him up, because we've taken quite a bit of time out of him so far. Oh, no, I've crashed. Oh, of course I have. Absolute rookie error there, going way too fast into Cito Pons. I lost the front and down I go. Will 46 is probably going to get that past me. Not quite, actually. But this has really gone downhill. Just after the race where I was saying I needed to find some people that were quicker, I start losing races, I start making mistakes. So that's 2 crashes so far this episode, 2 in this race. So not a great race. This is going to be a bit of a race to forget, but 2 crashes, 5th place. Honestly, in a 3-lap race is actually not that bad. We're 11 seconds behind the leader, so that's unfortunate. 4 seconds behind the rider in front. We should be able to hang on to this 5th place, I think, because we were considerably faster than Will 46 through this section of track, at least, on the previous lap. Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed. I would have thought I'd actually have done quite well on the Honda because it stopped so well. There's been a crash in front. I think it's Tobias that's crashed. You can see his bike is still going. So we're actually going to end up in 4th position, so where we started on the last lap. So I guess not too bad overall, but unfortunately it could definitely have been 3rd position, but I threw it away. So these things happen occasionally, especially online, but yeah, it was a really weird place to crash because I didn't really need to carry that much speed in, I just did. I had too much brake and I lost the front. So then, it's got a little bit bad in the last couple of races, but we've got one more to try and make amends. We're going to try and end off this episode with a win on the Aprilia. Let's hope we get a good track. So unfortunately it's Aragon, which is not a fantastic track for me. However, that does mean, once again, we've actually got through an online episode without playing Chang or Austria. We're waiting for the lights to go out here then at Aragon. Lights out and away we go. But that is a very rare thing to happen, not having to play Austria or Chang. You usually have to play one of them. We did play Mugello, so one of the three that usually gets picked. We did play, and of course Qatar as well, that gets picked quite a lot. But yeah, no Chang or Austria. I'm not going to complain about that. We've been punted by Marc Marquez into the gravel. That's lost us a position to the Yamaha. I didn't actually see his name on the screen before the race, so I thought he'd actually left, but I guess not, because he's right in front of me now. You can see there's a bit of a cluster going on here. I've cut the corner as well, sort of following that Suzuki's line. However, I gained nothing from it because they were going 4 wide in front, so I couldn't gain anything. For Pedrosa's on the inside. This could go badly. He's crashed, and yep, it went badly for me. That's why. So, yeah, these last few races, the last 3 races have been not too good for myself. I think one Luke Skywalker has got the victory without too many difficulties now, because everybody behind just got took out by Danny Pedrosa. That guy's taking the long lap penalty, so he must have jumped at the start. So now up into 5th place. We've got Tattoo Line, go a little bit wide. Danny Pedrosa right behind him. Oh, here we go. Now, Danny Pedrosa's probably got some sort of issue with this corner, I would imagine. If he thinks back to 2013. Well, the Suzuki's gone very wide. In fact, he's gone all the way into the gravel and crashed. So we're up into 4th position now. Hopefully we can try and pass Danny soon. In fact, I think we're going to get it right now, because he's run wide through the chicane. Very easy to do. But that's cost him 3rd place. However, now we've got a 6-second gap to make up. And honestly, the 2 that are in front are the ones that have been the fastest probably throughout the lobby. So yeah, I think 6 seconds in 2 laps on those guys is going to be quite difficult. I think if it was that Slayer guy from earlier on, I think we'd maybe have a shot. The guy that was running on the KTM, I think maybe 2 laps would have a shot at pulling 6 seconds if I pulled, but if I pushed, sorry. But yeah, these 2 in front, I don't think I'm going to take 6 seconds out of them. So I took a few tenths out, but nothing major. So we come up towards the line, 46.8. So I am the fastest rider on the circuit. It's just unfortunate because we got took out in that crash. We lost too much time. If I can get it down to about 5 seconds, that'd be ideal. Maybe if one of those guys crashed in front, we might be within range to pick up the pieces from that, but yeah, I can't see one of them crashing or 2 me actually taking the lead, although the guy in 2nd place has indeed crashed, so we have caught right up to him and we are going to actually get in front of him, so it's a good, well actually not quite, but we have now got a battle on our hands. We've caught up to Will because of course he's had a crash. So this is the battle now for 2nd place. He's gone a little bit wide through turn 7. That's allowed me to get up the inside. I've got the inside now for the reverse corkscrew section, but this is a section where you've got to be very, very careful. I've probably forced him in a little bit wide because I squeezed him quite heavily towards the curb. It's a little bit aggressive from myself. I will be 100% honest with that, but I wanted that position. But it's going to be another win then for one Luke Skywalker, so I think we're about even on wins now. I think it's 3 apiece. But fair play, he's been riding fairly well. He's not quite had my pace overall, I don't think, but at Mugello he definitely was quicker. Jerez, well, I got took out the first corner and then crashed myself, and then again here I got took out as well, so it's not really a fair contest. But fair play to him anyway for winning the race through the last corner. This isn't going to be a new fastest lap because of course we got a bit held up by Will. But overall, pretty good session. I think we finished in the top 2 in every race except at Jerez, and I finished 4th in that one. So worst finish of 4th in an online episode. Yeah, I'll definitely take that. So in the end then, we were 6.3 seconds behind one Luke Skywalker, so quite a way away from him, but of course that was because we got took out. But I hope you guys have enjoyed that one. Of course, it wasn't as chaotic as some of the previous online episodes, but I don't really have any control over that. It's over what the other players decide to do. And in the last couple of races, there was some chaos. We got took out a couple of times. There was at Assen as well. The second race, there was a weird crash at the first corner that I got caught up in, but just managed to stay on the bike. So yeah, there's been a few interesting moments, and of course Qatar actually as well. We crashed there, and actually I'd completely forgot about that when I said at Jerez. That's the first time we crashed, because of course we crashed at Qatar as well. But like I said, I hope you guys did enjoy that one. Hope you enjoyed the rest of your day. Hope you're all staying safe, and I shall see you in the next one.